Red One, the newest Christmas movie. Let's talk about it. Okay, so Red One is the newest Christmas movie that is out on the big screen for you to go and check out. And look, the word of mouth getting around is Red One is not good at all. It is very, very bad. That is what a lot of people are saying. So I didn't have much expectation. The trailers looked fun. And I'm like, you know what? This might be a Christmas movie where I don't have to think much and it's just fun. That's what I was hoping for. So I came out of watching Red One and I've got to see ASAP, and it's not going to be one where I'm like, yeah, you don't need to see this because it's absolutely one of the worst of the year. I don't think it's the worst of the year. I don't think it's in that conversation. For me personally, anyway. So, I'm going to say it straight away. I'm just going to say this. Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, is just playing the same character that he's played for in every single movie, it seems like now. Look, this is why I credit Dave Bautista, who is now doing different type of roles. He has really elevated himself, and he is starting to elevate his career in acting way past what Dwayne did. Dwayne, when he came in, was like, okay, here we go, Dwayne Johnson. Like, we all loved him and everything like that. Loved watching him on there. But then it started to get repetitive because he plays the same roles. He plays himself in every single movie. Where at least Dave Bautista is playing something different. John Cena is doing the same. He's starting to branch out and play different characters and not just play the same character. The Rock seems to be playing the same character, and in this movie, his character is the same character from Jumanji, the same character from Skyscraper, the same character from Rampage, the same character from The Fast and Furious. It's the same character that we've seen in every single one of his movies. It's frustrating. It really is, because I'm just like, the same character, the same thing. It's like, come on, can we do something else? Now, Chris Evans, on the other hand, does carry this movie. And I think his character actually had depth to it and actually was a reason to continuously watch this movie. And I just feel like Chris Evans playing this character, every time he was on screen, he stole the show. I think his comedic timing was better. I think his performance was better. His facial expressions, the way that he played this character was just, you can just see the tears of The Rock here, Chris Evans up here. Now, I just want to see Chris Evans do some more dramatic roles and really get into that side because I think he is very talented. So I want to see him do more of that, like the movie The Gifted. I want to see him do more of that stuff. But he was the one that where I was like, okay, this Jack character, I'm enjoying this, and I like the conclusion and the character arc Jack goes on and gets to at the end. And I thought that was fantastic. And I just love how he's like a fish out of water throughout the whole entire movie and trying to come to terms with it. I thought that was fantastic. I really, really enjoyed his character. And I thought that character did save this movie a lot when he's on screen. Now, some things I really, really liked about this movie. The mythology side of this movie. Great ideas, great concepts to add in. You see it in the trailer, Krampus. You know, there's a lot of other mythology things that come into here, and it's a huge part of the plot and the actual story and the world that they're creating here. And I think that has got some really, really good ideas that you could really create something fantastic here. Now, I don't think the execution was quite done right, but nevertheless, I like what they were trying to go for. So I have to give them credit for that because I feel like the lore, it was there. Like everything to do with the lore, just like the building blocks are all there. Everything is all there. And it's like you have this puzzle. Every piece is there, but you just don't know how to put it together. That's what it comes across when it comes with the lore and the mythology and that. It's all there. They just didn't know how to put it in properly and make it all function really, really well because it just, you gloss over certain things. For instance, there's a thing about Krampus and Santa that I would have loved to see more of, and we just never got anything about it. I would have loved to see that happen. I think there's a story there that could have been, dived into a bit more here to add more context to a certain event that happens in this movie. The villain is very one-dimensional. I understand what her motive is, why she wants to do it, but there's no real reason. What drove her to make that decision? Why? There's no multi-layers to her. She's just like, oh, we just need a villain. Let's make this person the villain, and this is why she wants to do it, and that's it. Let's not dive into her or anything like that. And she doesn't really come off menacing or like, oh, this is one of those villains where you're like, oh, okay, I see, you think you're the hero of the story. I understand that. No, it does not come across like that. So I feel like that is a bit of a downer as well, the villain of the show. Now, the CGI and the green screen is awful. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's awful. There are some moments where you're just like, what? How much was this budget again? Yes, this budget had more to it than Oppenheimer did. I'm just gonna let you guys know that. This had a huge budget, and you wouldn't have thought it. The CGI is awful. There's some scenes where you're like, that is 100% fake. That's not real by any means. And then there's other ones where you're like, the green screen, you're like, yeah, okay, I get it. You're in front of a green screen. You can see that. Now, I will say Krampus, though. Krampus did look pretty cool. I think that looked practical to me. That was, pretty much practical, and I thought that looked better. I wish anything that was practical in this movie looked really good, and then you could just see it stick out like a sore thumb in the middle of a green screen or CGI. And it just, I was just like, why? The story itself, obviously, Santa gets taken. They got to go find him. I like the chemistry with The Rock and Chris Evans. I thought the chemistry was there. I just wish we just didn't have The Rock play The Rock. I wish that character had a little bit more depth to it that we could have dived into. So, the story it's pretty straightforward. It's nothing, over the top where you're like, well, that's an epic story. No, it's just a pretty baseline. Someone's been taken. We got to go capture him. We go on a journey to get there, and there's twists and turns along the way. That's all it is. But like I said, I don't think it's awful. Some of the comedic doesn't land. Some of it does land. In dialogue, not the greatest, not the best, not the worst. It's kind of a mixed bag for me. I don't hate it. I don't think it's great. I don't think it's the worst thing since sliced bread. I mean, isn't it supposed to be the best thing since sliced bread? I don't know. But I don't think it's that bad. I think it's kind of like a mid thing where it's kind of like, I've watched it and I'm probably going to forget about it in a couple of months. I'm going to be like, oh, remember that movie Red One? What was that about? Who was that? Dwayne Johnson? Oh, man. It's one of those Dwayne Johnson movies. That's what it is. So, yeah. I think some people will like this, though. I do think some people are going to enjoy this film. And that's awesome. So, if you guys have seen it, let me know in the comment section below. Did you guys enjoy it? If not, smash it down there. Smash that like button. Click subscribe. And I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe. And peace out.